Hey everybody, welcome to Whispers in Ink. You guys, I'm Jennifer Merle Hampshire. I'm not only here to inspire you, but I'm here, you guys, to give you permission to try something new. Because I know that you can do it too. So, if you were in Coffee and Cards today, I would like to clap. Thank you for joining me here over on YouTube, you guys. Because you guys over on Facebook saw how I made the bag this morning. Okay? But don't worry. If you're only on YouTube, you guys, the bag will post on Thursday. Don't sweat the small stuff, I promise. It'll be good. Okay. So here is the bag that we made. And we went through all the possibilities, and I look forward to hearing what you guys will use this bag for. But, you guys, our gift is not done, right? We need some things. This needs some things. So, here's the cool part. We are going to make a card that's going to coordinate with this bag. And this is what we're going to be using. We are going to be using the Perched in a Tree stamp set. You guys, my dad loves birds. And I don't know too many dads that don't like birds. I have a couple of brothers too that like birds, so one or the other. We'll see what happens. And then we're using, I'm not going to use this big one, but we're using the branch and all the leaves from the Aspen tree dies, you guys. And if you don't have this yet, why not? Why not? Oh, and there is a bird die cut. This bird coordinates with this. Ta-da! Just like that. Oh, I need those stamps. Perfect. All right, so we're going to be using those. And then the last thing, because I need a Happy Father's Day. Okay? We're going to use the He's All That. And I really like that. Happy Father's Day. Wishing you a Happy Father's Day. That's one of my favorites. All right. So, with that, you guys, we've got some pieces. Now, this designer series paper that I chose coordinates with the Earthen Elegance, which is what we chose on Facebook for the bag. So, this is another piece in that designer series paper because I wanted the pretty peacock to coordinate with that pretty peacock. Okay, so this one is, I want to say, this was, let's double check, because you guys, I didn't write it down. This one was 5 by 3 3/4. So this one is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. So that it's just a little pretty peacock reveal all the way around. And my card is going this way. I was intentional with where this color came in. I could have had a piece that would have been just that little smidgen, but I wanted a little bit more. So, and coordinating with our ribbon on our bag or our handle, we're using Pebbled Path as our card layer, and this is where it's going to start. Isn't that pretty? It's going to look really good together. Look at that. Oh, love it. Okay, so then I struggled, you guys, because I want to show you. I wasn't loving the vanilla with this. It's too yellow to go with this background, so I chose the white. And I stamped the bird because initially, you guys, I was going to die cut it out. And then I remembered how much easier it is to color it when it's an actual full piece. And you guys are going to love this because I am using daubers for this. Not colored pencils. And I need this little splatter piece because that's what we're going to use to pull in some of our pretty peacock. We'll use that splatter and we'll put some splatter on the bird itself. So I went unconventional as far as colors. I pulled Soft Seafoam and Mossy Meadow, and then we're going to pull in some Pebbled Path. That one's not marked because I didn't have one for that one yet. Now, I know that there are bird police, okay? And I get that you want things to look realistic. You guys, that is not my world. I want a green bird, and that's the way that it's going to be. So if you're one that you like things realistic, pull yourself up a picture of a bird that you like and use those colors. Go for it. Seriously. So a little bit of Soft Seafoam in there. And I don't want to go too heavy. And yes, you could use your Stampin' Blends. And yes, you could use your colored pencils. And yes, you could use whatever choice. You could use regular markers on this too if you wanted. So I'm bringing in that the Mossy Meadow next. And because I'm doing just a little bit at a time, it's not super dark, which is what I want. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not super worried, you guys, because I'm getting a little shading on the outside. I'm okay with that. And then we're going to take our Pebbled Path. I know, we're going to have a Wayward Dauber again, you guys. And we're just going to do a little bit of dusting in here. Oh, I think it's cute. Okay, so then we're going to take this splatter stamp from the Perched in a Tree. Because we have splatters. Do you see the splatters on our designer series paper? So I want to do splatters on our bird in the Pretty Peacock, but I don't want it first generation, you guys. I'm going to bring in my piercing mat. I know it's a rubber stamp. I don't need it, but we're going to stamp off. And we're going to put some Pretty Peacock splatters in there. Oh, isn't that cute? I like it. I think one more thing that we need. I think we need a little bit more Mossy Meadow in the head. Just a little. There we go. There we go. Ooh, I like that. All right. I wanted kind of a watercolory kind of look to it. Now, if you wanted to, you could, and I have this my big brush, and it's just a little bit damp, and I'm kind of trying to blend some things together. You could use your blender brush too, but I kind of like how that looks. Kind of spread it a little bit, added a little bit of color up here. Now this is just basic white, so don't dribble water on here unless you're using your watercolor pencil or watercolor paper. So that was kind of cool. All right, so now I need to take this die and we're going to line this little one up. This kind of reminds me of my little Jenny Wren, you guys. She sings every morning outside and it makes me so happy because she's so happy. Okay, am I happy with that? I think it needs to come down just a scotch. There we go. So the key when you're doing your stamping, you guys, and you've got a die cut, the key when you're lining it up, is you want to see your stamped edging, unless of course you've watercolored it. You want to see your stamp edging pretty equal all the way around. So you see how you can see the leaves or the feathers over here, and you can see the chest over here. So that's pretty much how you want to line it up. And we'll see how we did. And that way then, you get a pretty even reveal all the way around. Oh, so cute. All right, so now we've got all that. I'm putting my bird dye back, you guys, because I don't want to get lost. There we go. Now we need to put all our pieces together. So I need a white piece for our inside because we're going to stamp. And I am going to use the Happy Father's Day. You guys, I have 4 brothers and a brother-in-law. So, and all of them are dads. So I need lots of Father's Day cards. And I'm going to stamp that for our inside with our pebbled path. And then, ooh, yay. I'm going to bring that splatter stamp back with our pretty peacock. And just do that on the inside. If you wanted to, you could do another bird on here. If you wanted to, you could do anything you wanted. I mean, it's your card. That's what Paula would say. All right, so we've got our designer series paper, and I'm going to glue this on. And I want to work with this first. We've got our tree, which is going to hang over a little bit because we've got plenty of room. So we've got our tree, and we'll put our green leaves there. So I did garden green and mossy meadow for our colors here. I want to put our bird about there. So I think we'll do that there. Actually, that there and that there. No. See, and you got to mess with it, you guys. Don't be afraid to manipulate it, move it around, and get it where you like it. The key then is you got to remember where you had it. There we go. Ooh, I kind of like that. There we go. So there's our front. All right, so I'm going to use a little dimension. I'm going to use a dimensional on the back of this mossy meadow, just in this one spot. And then I'm going to glue this down right there. And I'm going to glue down the majority of our branch. It goes there. And then the main leaf section is going to get glued. Because, you guys, I'm not fussy cutting out all those dimensionals, let's be honest. And yes, I totally could have put foam sheets on here. I did not. Again, forgetting. We'll have our bird that way. with one foot tucked under the branch. This longer one, I think I'm going to tuck it under so that it looks like that. Stand by 1 second. It moved on me. There we go. So that it looks like that. And then this one can tuck underneath the bird like that. And that one can tuck kind of like that. Ooh, there we go. That's it right there. And see, sometimes it turns out better the second time around. I'm just saying. I think I like that better. So I'm not going to put a sentiment on the front. There's a lot going on this front, you guys, so I'm not going to do a sentiment on the front. Hence the Happy Father's Day for the inside. And here is our card base. We're going to bring in our bone folder. We're going to score that. We're going to put this on our inside. And this will go on our front like this. And I'm kind of liking those greens with that pretty peacock, you guys. Tell me in the comments what you think with those greens and the pretty peacock. Did I make good choices? I'm gluing that because there's lots of glue dots on the, or dimensionals on the front. And then there we go. So there's the card that's going to coordinate with our gift bag. And you guys, it sits right on there. If you do it the right direction, it'll sit right on here, and that can be the decoration on your bag, just like that. And you still have plenty of room to put goodies in there. All right, you guys. So tell me, what would you put in the bag? What would you put in the bag? And I know, you guys, I can't help myself. You guys know I can't help myself. It needs a something. It needs a something. And we're going to see if this is the something it needs. Yes, I think it is. Okay. It needs to be a little bit longer. And then, there we go. So I doubled it up, you guys. Doubled it up. And then did my regular bunny ear bow, like I always do. Okay. And so that way then, and this is something, this one would work very well. You could easy peasy do this with your bow maker. And we'll need a glue dot. I knew there was a reason those glue dots were sitting there. And there we go. So there we go. Just a little something on the front. Okay, so now tell me, what would you put in here, and would you have put a sentiment on the front? I hope, you guys, that you are having an amazing crafter day. Thank you so much for joining me for part 2 today. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a great day getting crafty, you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and share the video, you guys. Bye!